been blown off.
Fast-track implementation of the Auditor General's additional powers to curb corruption and financial mismanagement. The SA Institute of Chartered Accountants is urging for this to be done after Kimi Makwetu released his 2018-2019 General Report for national and provincial government. Makwetu revealed that government's irregular expenditure increased to 62 billion rand from 52 in the previous year. SAICA Senior Executive Julius Mojapelo joins us now. Very good morning to you.
Morning,
Shocking jump in irregular expenditure.
Very shocking, and it's not even the first time. This is basically a song we hear every year when the Auditor General releases their audit outcomes. So it's about time something changes.
And what are you suggesting change, other than giving the Auditor General more powers?
One of the most good moments that have happened, I think, in the past few months was the implementation of the additional powers for the Auditor General, which allows them now at least to take more action against material irregularities, which is basically non-compliances that result in financial losses in public sector or misuse of public resources or any harm to the general public. So that adds an additional way in which we can hold public institutions accountable that is not only dependent on the political leadership that deployed them to this institution.
So how's it been working up until now?
At this point, this is the first report where we actually see the Auditor General reporting on this material irregularities, and they took a sample of 16 auditees, and out of that you have 2.81 billion that has already come out as a financial loss as a result of material irregularities, which indicates that full implementation of this kind of processes will allow us to uncover more matters that cause financial loss to the general public.
And I should imagine you also have to empower the accountants. They need to know what their remit is.
Yeah, definitely. And what it does, it actually helps us, well, accountants, because we always complain about skills. And in a deployment system, you will find that cadres might be put into an organization, but they might not necessarily have the necessary skills to be able to discharge their responsibilities. But there was no one else to hold them accountable than the politicians that placed them there. Now you have a different situation where the Auditor General can hold a accounting officer or accounting authority accountable. And it means that it's going to be very difficult for people to accept deployments when they are not competent. And it opens up a good market for accountants, qualified accountants that would want to take those positions and be able to deliver on services.
If the Auditor General finds that there is something going wrong, I mean, could there be criminal proceedings coming from this?
Oh yes, definitely. I think the update to the law says, one, the Auditor General will be able to identify a matter, and if it's outside of their scope, they would refer it to another public organization like the Public Protector for them to be able to investigate further. But now what it does, it turns their audit outcomes and their findings into what we call remedial actions. It means now they become binding arrangement with the organization. They are no longer something that the organization can just consider and decide what to do. And if they do not act on the remedial action, the Auditor General is able to issue what is called a certificate of debt, which means money can be recovered against the accounting officer who failed to implement the Auditor General's recommendations.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, he's got a lot of work to do if he gets his increased powers. Look at the SOEs, not one single clean audit.
Exactly, very disappointing. And who is losing at the end of the day? It's the employees. If we look at the strike that is happening at the SAA, labor unions are convinced that these losses could have been avoided long time ago had people just did what they're supposed to do. So these new powers that allow the Auditor General to hold accounting officers accountable, they are not just protecting the state, they are also protecting all of us against these financial losses that are happening.
Thank you for talking us through it.
Thank you.